So we will begin today, opening of the work session. Is there any agenda changes? And if not, is there a motion to approve?
We cannot take any motions. I think the only thing we can do is take and receive the presentation for Mitch.
Okay,
Yeah, we have, because we don't have a quorum present,
this is 3 a quorum,
no. It's four would be a quorum.
1 to 5.
Yeah, by statute, a quorum of the board is the majority of the board plus the
Plus
mayor.
one. Plus. Okay,
So it would be, four would have to be the number for us to have a quorum to do business.
okay, thank you, Bob. So I guess we're skipping all the way down to item 5? No,
Yes.
yes, resolution adopting Orange County State Private School.
Although, to be clear, we can't adopt any resolution tonight either. We can receive the report, but we can't take any action. We can't do any business.
Gotcha. We're here to listen, Nish.
Happy to answer questions and concerns I may have. I heard when there's a quorum, we can't ask you questions. Oh, okay, then I just do it.
We'll go to closed session.
No, can't
So
do
that was
that.
just-
Everything will just get pushed back to, we'll probably put it all on the consent agenda and then we'll just reschedule closed session.
You said right there, Bob.
Thank you very much. I'm Nish Trivedi, Transportation Director for Orange County. I'm here to present the Orange County State Road School update. I'm going to give you a quick background of the project, just indicate the scope of work, go over a brief residential analysis. I'm not going to get into the weeds of all the actual schools and everything like that. Give you an explanation of the public engagement process that we did, explain the plan, again, not going into the weeds of all the schools, and then ask reaction. Yeah.
Nish, could you speak up just a little bit and then to the microphone?
Sorry. Can you hear better now?
Thank you.
Back in 2014, Orange County adopted its first safe for school plan. That plan only included 3 areas: the Cedar Ridge, Orange High, and one other Cameron Park. So these are the 3 areas that were done back in 2014. The 2020, it's been 10 years. After 10 years, we decided to be a little bit more ambitious and cover all 13 Orange County public schools and for the Orange County School Board. Not the, so Orange County has 2 school boards. We didn't touch Chapel Hill, Carver. We just focus on Orange County. So these are all the 13 schools the update is focusing on. Before we started the work, we created a scope of work. This scope of work included all the tasks and projects and details and deliverables for this plan. And this was approved by the Board of Education at that time, and staff and that board has been helping us through this planning process. WSP was a consultant. We were initially going to do this in-house, but we ended up, because of heavy lift and analysis and everything, we decided to get the help of WSP to help us with some of the actual analysis and recommendations. Starting with the existing condition analysis, this was, they went to each of the 13 schools, a 2-mile radius around each of the schools, because we didn't focus on car line. School didn't want us to touch car line because that's something that they do independently with NCDOT, their municipal school transportation study. So this was mainly the 2-mile radius around each of the 13 schools. And it's because now, if you notice it, post-COVID, traffic is now on major roads. The car line is bleeding into major roads. So this issue is a lot in that area. One good thing that came out of the study is we actually inventorying each of the schools. How many kids are walking, how many kids are biking, riding and driving. And from what I've been told, these are conservative numbers to people walking and biking. As I indicated earlier, as you can see, the car line is on the major roads like NC 86, US 70, Orange Grove Road. The car line and the backup is on all these roads. That is affecting safety as people are passing, kids are walking and biking. So the roads themselves are dangerous, much as people in the area. This involved detailed analysis of the field, characteristics of each schools. We did do a public engagement process in this, as approved by the school board. School administration, there was a stakeholder meeting on March 7th. We provided the existing condition analysis, the public review process, and at one point in the process, after school was over in July, we got all the school principals, vice principals, administration together into one virtual meeting, discuss the existing conditions report, and brief recommend some of the recommendations. They found this information very helpful. Some of the schools told us what they like to see. Some kids are walking and biking, and how we can address this going forward. Some of the strategies that came out of it were two different sets. One is the policy and the encouragement piece that safety education programs, incentivizing biking, walking, using the school bus, while the other is the infrastructure pieces. This infrastructure piece is not just sidewalks, bike lanes, even though they're a big part of it, but also small improvements that we can do like crosswalks, mid-block areas, bridges, hawk signals, and other things that we can do administratively with DOT. Here's an example of the recommendations that came out of it. This is Orange Middle area. And as one of the recommendations that came from our outboard is that all recommendations are considered high priority. Not just, some of them were originally drafted as low, but some of the improvements changed to the plan so that all are high. And some of these are also already documented in locally adopted plans and regional plans like the comprehensive transportation plan. We also looked into Hillsborough, the Hillsborough's connectivity, comprehensive sustainability plan fed this document. So whatever is already done here helps feed this improvement. So we're doing this coordinated with Hillsborough. In terms of implementing this plan, we would be seeking federal and state funding through this, through highway safety improvement programs, Safe Streets for All grants, SCB GDA funding, and other funding. And now you probably heard about the school bond as well. The plan is going to be a living document rather than waiting 10 years to update this plan. This plan will be updated a little bit more frequently. It's part of the transportation multimodal plan that was recently approved by the Board of County Commissioners. With everybody's adoption and approval, we'll hopefully create a steering committee, create champions for the Safe Ride School, continue doing more public engagement, and find ways to improve and implement this program. Reevaluate a little bit more frequently, like 4 or 5 years, and update this going forward. Over the past couple of months, there's been several actions taken on this. Back in September, our outboard recommended approval with some changes. Those changes have been incorporated into the plan. Regionally speaking, the Central Pine Regional Rural Planning Organization endorsed the plan in October. Burlington Graham also approved it as part of their transportation planning process. This month, in early November, the Durham Chapel Carver MPO also approved it. And last week, our Board of County Commissioners approved it. Now looking for your approval, and it'll also be going to the Board of Education in December. That's all I have.
Thank you, Nish. So like you said, we'll put this back on, we'll be able to vote on it December
9th.
December 9th.
Yes.
Okay, I guess we're down to item number 6, community updates and reports. Start that.
Sure. Unfortunately, I did not have the Visitors Bureau, last week because it was my last meeting as the president of the Partnership for Young Children. So, I do not have any updates, and I know, Mayor Bell also, attended the NPO, so I'll defer to that, to him.
Evelyn, do you have any,
Didn't meet because we didn't have a quorum.
Well, that's easy.
and I actually don't have any committee reports either. The Parks and Recreation Board does not meet November, December. And I did actually, I'm sorry, I do have went to a climate, Orange County Climate Committee meeting last week, and, actually, yeah, last week, feels like it's longer. And it was a good sharing effort of what the different municipalities are kind of doing. One of the things that down at Hillsborough is working on and is converting to LED lights for Duke. And so street light, anything else, Stephanie, that you want to add? And we have a couple of commissioners remotely. Commissioner Ferguson, can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Oh.
Do you have any report? Oh. Okay. Kathleen, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. The only thing I've got is that I went to the UN I get them, I'm gonna butcher the acronym. That Megan sits on that board. I will defer for her to share, other than it was highly informative, very good presentation. And I'm just exceedingly proud of the work that Terry Hackett, what this board is doing, and how Hillsborough has made, has contributed greatly. So just kudos to Jen, prior to Megan, to Terry, to Eric and staff. I don't have anything else right now.
Okay, thank you, Kathleen. Megan, can you hear me?
Yep. Can you hear me all right?
Yes. Would you like to share
Okay.
any updates?
Just to build off of what Kathleen was saying, and I agree, getting the UNRBA out sometimes is difficult. But no, it was a great turnout. We had great representation from Hillsborough. And it's wonderful that we do have Terry that sits on the Path Forward committee there. It's great to have that voice at the table from Hillsborough when we're talking about this huge region and how important it is to our drinking supply, our natural habitat and all that. So they've done a lot of good work, and hopefully we'll be able to continue to push through some rules at the state level that we can all get behind throughout all our municipalities in the region. So again, it was a great meeting, and I thank everybody that was able to come and represent Hillsborough there. So that's all I have for updates from the last meeting.
Okay, thank you, Megan. Mayor Bell, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you. A couple of quick updates. Had a nice chat with Bob Ertman on Whoop on the 13th about the town and what's going on. I wrote a letter for Purple Crow for their 15th anniversary, a mayoral letter. So it was nice to be able to celebrate 15 years of business in downtown Hillsborough. Let's see, had the DCHC MPO meeting recently, and then I met with the CEO, Doug Placheski, a couple days after that. And there was a really nice celebration on the 24th at the Okinichi Replica Village. We dedicated a new bench and a plaque to Lynette and John Jeffries. And that was a really nice ceremony. Had a huge turnout, probably about 80 people showed up for that. So those are my updates.
Okay. So I think we're done here, right? Is there a motion to adjourn?
We can't.
Oh.
You can just adjourn.
All right. Well, thank you, Megan. Thank you, Kathleen, and thank you, Mark, for joining us remotely. And we'll see you next time.